Okay, video number 2 on the topic. To live is to love. Life guiding principle of my mother, who said everybody needs to have a guiding principle in their life. Hers was to live is to love, which meant that every day she would try to love people more like Jesus Christ loves people. Present, past, present, future. On the word love. Which turns out to be a commandment by Jesus Christ. He didn't give us many, but the ones he gave us usually had to do with love. And he said he commanded us to love one another just as he loves us. So, well, it occurred to me today while I was at work, which right now I'm on my way home from, that I recall having a lot of discussions with my mother about her philosophy to live is to love, which I know, and I knew then, that it was a worthy philosophy. You know, that love is the king, of things we should, seek the gift. Been a long day. My philosophy was to live is to learn, but I've learned to change that, and now it's to live is to love. It took me a lot longer though to get there, but I recall some discussions we had, and she told me that she always looked for the good in people. And if you look for the good, everybody has some good in them. Everybody. And we used to argue about that. And she was adamant, everybody, even the worst criminals that ever walked this earth, had something good about them. Look for the good in people. And it occurred to me today that is definitely one of the keys to learning to love people more like Christ, because it's so easy to get annoyed with people. I hope nobody hates anybody, but it can get down to hatred and loathing, and that is definitely not of the Lord, though it is human nature. It can be. So if you look for the good in people, and I'll take an example. Like, there's somebody at work that I work with that just annoys me a lot. They annoy me. I don't think they know it. They probably do. People pick up on vibes, and I like this person, but I don't know, I think I annoy them. I don't know how, because I don't talk. They were upset that I had COVID, but I missed a week of work and came back, and they still thought I needed to wear a mask, and I kind of challenged this person on that, but I put the mask on for them anyway. And that's not what annoys me about this person. It's other things, just the way they talk, and it's just other things. It occurred to me to practice this. To live is to love. To find the good in this person. Oh, Route 34. Well, I just went way out of my way. I'm going to wait. Wait for the traffic, because I'm doing this. So, I look for the good in that person. And I can think of a few good things. It takes a little practice. It's not really that hard to find the good in anybody. It takes a little practice. And I can think of a few good things about this person I thought were all right. And you know what? It changed my whole attitude towards this person. Shifted it. And they pick up on that vibe. I'm pretty sure of it. if all of a sudden I'm seeing this person in a positive light, like, hey, you're somebody I think, is pretty cool, instead of you're somebody I can't stand to be around, they'll pick up on that. And it will change you. It will change me. And my mom, I used to argue with her, even challenge her, that people on death row, the worst criminals, I said Hitler or Stalin or some of these genocide people, and she would be adamant they had something good about them at some point, someplace, and God knows what it is. And there's something desirable in each one of us. We're created in God's image. And, it doesn't mean that there isn't consequences for the wrong things people do. There are consequences. And that's another topic. I almost rented. I was going to rent this house up here on the left. I'm going to go by it slow. I thought it looked like something I'd like to fix up. That place. The guy was going to rent it to me, and then he didn't want to. He changed his mind. Rent to own, whatever. Old house. Used to be something grand from the 1820s, but it's gone. It's fallen apart. The family, it's been in their family for generations, and they just wanted to let it go. They didn't want anybody else living in there, so you're going for a little drive with me. So, yeah, I will say, look for the good in other people. And it takes practice, but it's not hard to do at all. In fact, it's kind of a pleasurable thing to look at somebody that made you cringe, or somebody you dislike, or whatever you want to call it. There's different levels of it, and start thinking of the good things about this person. And that changes the whole dynamic. It really does. And I'm just learning this. I mean, my mom taught it to me, and I'm covering this because it's a commandment of Christ. All the things I put out on my channel, I haven't said enough about love, about loving people the way Christ did. That's one of his commandments. That's something I need to work on. Yours truly. And I'm working on it. And I'm, remembering my mom and her life. She lived the example. She wasn't perfect. Nobody is. I'm not trying to say she was. But she was perfect to me in regards to she really tried to live this. So she used to tell me, look for the good in other people. Everybody has some good, everybody. And focus on that. And she used to talk to people that I would rather she didn't talk to, because I knew some of these people were lazy, dishonest bums that just saw her as a easy target because she had money. She was a successful business person. On top of everything else, she was a successful business person, and people used to take her, loved in it for a ride. I thought they did. People saw her as an easy mark because of this, but she knew what she was doing. She was definitely not a slow she was very, very intelligent, very quick-witted. I like swamps. I mean, she knew what she was doing. I used to butt heads with her all the time. Why do you let this person into their house? They're dishonest. And she paid the price because they were dishonest, and she got ripped off. But Christ told us to give things away to those. I called it misguided charity sometimes, but that's another topic. But look for the good in other people. Focus on it. Look at that and see them in that light. Whatever it may be, you know. And it'll change the dynamic. It'll change you. I'll just say it changes me. I don't know what about yourself. But I know when I started applying that in practice, it was much more pleasant, really. Because it's kind of, I go around, I'm going to talk about myself. I go around, it's so easy to find a negative in people. Because it's like human nature. It's just like, violence and, rugged, rough stuff, grim stuff sells in movies, and we're programmed to expect things to be good here on earth. And when things aren't good, it stands out. When things are good, it doesn't stand out, because I think being eternal beings made in the image of God, we just expect it to be that way. But it's not on this walk. So faults and sins of other people, they shine more than the good qualities of people. Okay, I gotta interject here. I should have said that faults, sins, and crimes stand out more than their good qualities, not shine more. Poor choice of words. They stand out more than their good qualities. Only good things shine. Okay, back to the video. But to see the faults, the sins, the crimes, you have to have both eyes open. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, you weigh it out. I'm not saying just to be you know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, I do know what I'm saying. You don't want to, I don't think you should willfully make yourself into a victim. I don't advocate that, but you think it through. But I found that to see the good in other people is much more pleasant for me. And it really is. It kind of like throwing away a weight, or like a dark shroud that's covering my head when I view other people, to see the good in them. It really is. It's like removing a dark shroud. And I don't know, but I suspect strongly that, like I said, other people will pick up on that vibe, that you feel that way, you're viewing them positively, and it changes things, and it'll open the door for you to do the Lord's work too. When they think, this person thinks I'm a good person, nobody else thinks I'm good at all, but this person believes in me. That means a lot to people, especially some down and outers. Man, that'll open doors. It's your walk, spiritual maturity. But that's what this is all about, isn't it? We're trying to grow, trying to do our Lord's work. So try to see the good in other people. Think about it. There's got to be something good about this person. Nothing else. God created them. They're the Lord's creation, if nothing else. That Christ died for them. Have faith in God. Have faith in God. Okay, I got to turn this off, but I'm going to tell you, just practice it. I'm going to practice it. And I've been practicing it just recently, and I found that it's very, very easy. I got an old photograph from the 1800s of that house. There's a little boy sitting on the steps there, looking kind of glum. If I ever find that picture, I'll give it to them. All right, I got to sign off.